Alright everyone, welcome back to this guide installment for Warrior Subpaths. Today we're just going to kind of touch up on the 4 subpaths that you can join and where the locations are and how you can approach it and trying to get in. Okay. Alright, first one, let's talk about the basics. There's 4 subpaths in the game. The Warrior subpath has Barb, Chongun, Do, and Chung Ryong. 3 of them are player ran, and 1 of them is just computer, pretty much non-player controlled. The other is player controlled. So you're gonna hear like, oh, player controlled or non-player controlled, and pretty much pretty straightforward. The non-player controlled one is really easy to do. You have to be level 99, have Ox Karma, and 1 billion experience on you. You can get this right away. You don't need to do any. There's not really a quest. You just talk to someone and you get it automatically. But for the other 3, it's a lot easier. It's a lot harder. Level 50 to join, but you have to contact a guide. They have to talk to you, give you quests. You have to role play a little bit, and that's how you get it. Each path is different, and each quest is different too. So depending on which subpath you choose to go, you have to kind of match up with them. A lot of people don't understand what roleplay means. Roleplay means pretty much just becoming the character you are in the game, and you have to act, I guess, like the character. You can't be talking out of the game. Like, you can't talk about like computers or anything like that. You're pretty much the character you are in this kingdom. But we'll go more in depth in that a little bit. But that's pretty much one of those factors that get people to not join a subpath, just because you have to do all that. A lot of people just go straight for Chung Ryong just because it's so straightforward, and you can get the best hitting damage rage in the game. Best swing damage, pretty much. And it's more apparent in late game, so you can't really see it much in the early game, but in late game you'll see a big difference in Rage 6. There's a huge difference, and a lot of people tend to just go Chung Ryong because, if you're hunting a lot, that's a great way to go. Okay, super easy. Once you hit 99, you're going to head all the way to the top left corner of Chongun. I just did this like yesterday, so it's still fresh. So you have to bring a mythic favor, 1 billion experience, have at least Ox Karma, and all you gotta do is say Chung Ryong to the guy at the top left shop, and you automatically get it. There is a pre-quest that you have to do, so don't. It's not like once you hit 99 you can get it right away. There's a small quest you have to do. It's not too bad. But go in here to say Chung Ryong to this guy, and he'll give you the path right away, and he'll tell you, hey, you need to go to your guild master to learn your spells. So all you gotta do is go to Warrior Guild, and that's it. Nothing really special about it. If you look at the spells, all you really pretty much is get Chung Ryong Rage. You don't really get any special cool stuff. So that's the difference between non-player controlled and player controlled. Player controlled has a little more story to it, and there's also more spells that accompany with it. I'm sure everyone knows kind of what each subpath has, but if you don't, I'm not going to mention all the spells because I want the subpaths to have their own secrets. But the basic spells that the other 3 subpaths have is Barbs get push, Does get invisibility, and Chongun gets hardened body, which is like just a protective spell. Alright, let's go ahead and visit the first player-controlled subpath, which is Barbarians. They're located in the wilderness, and you can get there easily by going to Baya or Booyah. So we're gonna walk there really quickly and just kind of talk about them really quickly. This is the fastest route. Recently, Wilderness map changed, so they have this. It used to be this little small little cave over here, but now it turned into some weird bone looking one. Barbarians used to be right here in the past, but after they got sent out into the wilderness, but they used to be here, then they moved over here, which is a lot closer to everyone, which is a lot nicer. Running all the way down here is very difficult, but let's go ahead and visit their cave really quick. It's a little small cave right here. 2817. Let me see, where am I? Yeah, so this is right there. Alright, pretty straightforward path. They're very active. I would say they're actually the most active subpath in the game. At the moment, I think everyone's pretty much in a standstill. They have the most members, but I feel like activity within the 3 subpaths are pretty, I guess, pretty straight. None of them excels in either or. In the past, Barbarians have had a lot of events, but I think right now it's been dying out. But if you're interested in joining Barbarians, you pretty much click this guy, go to buy, and you can purchase their Barbarian Runes. Let's open that up. Alright, so pretty straightforward. If you're joining a player-controlled subpath, make sure you pick up their scroll. The scroll is pretty much a textbook about them, and it gives you their history, and it gives you everything about them. They all usually have a quick post about how to join them and what it means to be them and stuff. So pretty easy. And remember, you have to be level 50, and obviously here's the guidelines that must be followed. Make sure you follow their guidelines because it's pretty important too, or else they're not even going to consider you. So out of the 3 subpaths, let's say you're already a Chung Ryong and you're ready to join a subpath. 2 of the 3 allow you to be Chung Ryong or stay in the Chung Ryong, and the other 2 you have to leave your path. The reason why is because it's to show dedication. So Chonguns allow you to be Chung Ryong when you apply, so you don't have to leave the path immediately. But when you apply for Barbarian and Do, make sure you leave your subpaths and make sure you show a commitment that you want to join their subpath. Especially this one. You may not be part of Do, Chongun, and Chung Ryongs. So don't even talk. Well, I wouldn't talk to them unless you're actually for sure going to join them. And this applies to every subpath, okay? Alright, pretty straightforward. Pick up this guide. Also, if you have any questions on subpaths, they do have other community quests and stuff. So you can find this out on the subpath board under your board list. So we got Chonguns here. I think Do is just next. Yeah, Sarfandon post about Do's here. And Barbarians don't really have a post about how to join, but that's why you have to, yeah, see, they don't really have a post there. But just pick up their scroll and read it really quickly. So we're just going to do a little quick tour. They have a lot of, where am I? So both these areas are all arenas. You can fight in both of them. They usually host events in these 2 halls. So every subpath has a rich history, so there's a lot of stuff you can purchase. There's a few rooms here. If you get lost, you can always press M and pull up the map, and you can see these little pink things are where you go to, to change. They're pretty much ports. Alright, so that's the Barbarian subpath. Make sure you do research when you join these subpaths, because each and every subpath has its own culture, and I've already been a Chongun and a Barb. So I haven't been a Do yet, and every culture is completely different. And also the people you meet in the paths all have their own, I guess, personalities too. So very interesting. I've noticed people that join Barbs have a certain personality, and people that join Chongun have a different different type of personality. I think it's just because of how the path goes, and even with Does too. I feel like everyone has its own, and that's why I think people gravitate towards one path, because it kind of just rings with them. Alright, so you can pick up your scroll there. Make sure you read it. Very important. Alright, next up, let's go and join. Not join, but let's go visit the Chonguns. Alright, East Gate, Kugne, head to Dayshore, and the Chonguns have a little cave here. Let's go scroll all the way up here. I think a lot of the subpaths really represent a lot of the stuff you see in many games and many cultures. I mean, for example, Barbarians. I mean, you can just think about it. They're, I wouldn't say they're savages, but they're pretty much, people that kind of to describe. In every Barbarian, you just kind of just free roam, battle-like warrior. Chonguns seem like they're honor specific, like paladins or knights, and then when you look at Does, they look like skillful samurais and stuff. It's kind of just that kind of philosophy around it. So very interesting. Obviously, this follows Korean culture and I guess past history within Asia. So there's a lot of cultural differences. Alright, so let's go ahead and look around this place. Chonguns have a pretty nice layout. It's kind of like, looks like a big dojo pretty much. That food and stuff here. I know there are arenas here. They usually host their events in here. So if you're interested in joining Chongun, you can buy I can never pronounce this, but a Kwan Han Sage here. This one is the scroll for Chonguns. If you're interested in joining, this is a great place to read. Make sure you read it. Pretty sure they have a post about how to join a Chongun. Here we go. Becoming a Chongun. Very easy. And obviously, every subpath has very rich history. It takes a lot of work to become a subpath. See, look how much history. So you're gonna have to read all this, because as you become a Chongun, you're gonna start, going through their their history and learning about what it takes to become a Chongun. I also didn't mention who the elders are. Currently, the elders for the subpath is, for Barbarian it's Skogul, for Chongun it's Vinny, and for Do it's Sarfindun. They're pretty active, so you'll see them around the kingdoms. You'll just have to find them. And for more information about who's the guide, you can look on Nexus Atlas and look at their user pages, and you can find out who the guides are in the path. So pretty much the guides will walk you. You have to show their interest, and they'll tell you how to join and stuff. But if you find a random subpath you like, you can talk to the members and they'll kind of point you the right direction, usually. So just tell them you're interested and they'll kind of point you to the right direction. Hopefully they're nice about it. Obviously some people just kind of don't care and just run around. But that applies to everything. But that's the Chonguns if you want to join there. Alright, last subpath is the Do. Their place is a little bit hidden, so they're actually in the Arctic land. They're in Shanghai. It's a hidden area, so kind of like to show everyone where it is. Alright, once you get to Arctic, you can head straight to Shanghai. Go through the pass. Maybe I pronounced it wrong. Shanghai. So once you get to the valley, you're gonna head to this building over here. Oh, you're gonna head to the hall, and they are located in the back door here. All right, this is pretty much where they hang out. They host events here all the time. Most of their events here. They may host events in other areas. But the interesting thing about joining Do is if you want a scroll from them, you can't purchase it from anyone. You actually have to contact a Do and trade in a foxblade. Foxblades can be found in the obviously fox cave. You just kill the 9 tails and it'll give you the fox. It'll give you the foxblade. But they have a pretty interesting area. They have another combat hall hidden in the back. But yep, I recently just received a scroll from them. Theirs is called the Ancient Parchment. Alright, once you open this up, you can see a little bit more about their history and stuff. Sarfindon posted how to become a Do. I think it's pretty in depth of what they expect from a person. There you go, seeking ways of the Do. So make sure you check that out. Obviously, if you're interested in joining Subpath, be more active around them, do their quests, join their events, and then just be active. Talk to them a lot. Just try to stay in character, meaning role play. Just act like the character you want to be, and just learn about them more. Very important. All right, that should cover the basics of Subpaths. I don't really want to go into detail about spells and stuff. They're all unique and unique on their own. So maybe I'll make some videos in the future about what each path offers. But I feel like they're probably gonna get mad at me. So, but if you're interested in any of the paths, just whisper me. I'll kind of give you a synopsis of them. But that's it. Hope you can pick your subpaths and kind of find the ideal or warrior-like subpath you want. I feel like I'm more of an honorable kind of paladin-like warrior, so I think I lean towards a Chongun. But I do like the fighting aspects of a barbarian, so I'm kind of a mixture of both. But I'm more of the honor-like, knightly kind of warrior. So that kind of describes me. So I probably would join Chongun. Wish I was. Okay, I'm gonna end my video here. If you have any questions, just find me on the game or comment below.